With an immense population spread around our planet, birds are truly fascinating and admirable beings that can certainly be defined as true architects of nature. This is because these animals demonstrate such great creative and ingenious power in the production of their nests that they have ended up becoming simply one of the greatest symbols when it comes to construction in the animal kingdom. And it's with this in mind that we've put together a list of the best and most amazing houses built by birds in nature to present in today's video. 20 most amazing bird nests in the world. BAYA weaver. Let's start by talking about a truly fantastic bird with impressive nest-building skills, the BAYA weaver. These birds can be found inhabiting savannas, forest edges, and grain fields, and the males of the species are responsible for building these true works of art. These nests are skillfully interwoven with long strips of palm leaves, grasses, and other plants, and there are 2 stages in the construction process. In the first, which lasts about a week, they build just one part, and then begin to show off their work to a female, while flapping their wings and making hanging noises around the nest. After this, the female inspects the nest, and if she approves of the design and location, she will mate with it. Only then does the male actually complete the nest by adding the entrance tunnel, in a job that can take up to 18 days. Common tailorbird. Now let's talk about a bird with the ability to sow. That's right, you didn't hear wrong. We're talking about the common tailorbird, a bird well known around the world for its fantastic and unique ability to sow its nest. This process begins with the female of the species choosing the ideal location and the right leaves to use for sowing. She then begins her sewing process, using plant fibers or spider webs as thread to join the edges of the leaves, and her beak as a needle to pierce the leaves and cross the lines between them. Once the sewing is done, they fill the inside of the nest with feathers and plant material to prepare it for laying the eggs, which are incubated by both parents. VOGELKOP bowerbird. The VOGELKOP bowerbird is another fascinating species of bird, which, like the BAYA weaver, is famous for its extraordinary ability to build complex nests to attract females. The males of this species spend a considerable amount of time building and decorating their structures with colorful objects such as flower petals, fruit, and even man-made objects they find in the environment, such as bottle caps. These objects are meticulously organized by color, creating an impressive visual display to attract females. Sociable weaver. Now it's time to talk about big nests, really big nests. These true marvels of natural engineering are made by a species of bird called the sociable weaver. These birds are not only responsible for creating very complex nests, but also for creating some of the largest nests in the entire animal kingdom. The sociable weaver's nests are communal structures that can house up to 100 families, and to build them they carefully select different materials for different parts of the nest. An interesting fact is that as well as being incredibly large, the sociable weaver's nests are also durable. An example of this is the fact that some nests have been occupied for more than 100 years, undergoing constant repairs and extensions by the birds over the years. Woodpecker. Now we're going to talk about the woodpecker, a famous cartoon bird that you probably already know, or at least have heard laugh at some point. This laugh was even inspired by the sound the animal makes in real life. But back to nests. These animals can use cavities in termite mounds and holes in ravines as nests. But most of the time, the place they choose to build their homes are trees, which they drill into with the help of their beaks, which are a hard structure suitable for drilling into wood. These nests are quite elaborate and in most cases are built every breeding season. The location of the nest is strategically chosen to offer protection from predators and adverse weather conditions. And the work that woodpeckers have to do during this construction process is very difficult, as they have to perform a huge number of pecks in order to make a hole of adequate size in the wood. For this reason, most of the time they prefer dead trees that can be drilled more easily. HAMERKOP. Another bird known for building a complex and very large nest, the HAMERKOP. The nest of these animals is usually located in trees near bodies of water, such as rivers and swamps, where the bird can easily find food, and the construction is made with branches and leaves, forming this huge structure. The inside of the nest is lined with mud, which helps regulate the temperature and provides a more comfortable environment for the eggs and chicks. And once the nest building process is complete, the female then lays the eggs, which are incubated by both parents. European bee eater. Known for its distinctive appearance with a colorful and very beautiful look, the European bee eater has a rather atypical construction environment. This is because they make their nest at the end of a very long tunnel that is dug by the couple in the ground or in sandy river banks. They need to build their homes in an area with soft earth or sand that is also strong enough not to collapse. Finally, the tunnel is lined with leaves or insect remains, and 2 to 6 eggs are laid inside for each breeding stage. Great hornbill. Known for its distinctive colors and large size, the great hornbill is an impressive bird with a very distinctive beak and an unusual nest-building style. These birds have a unique and complex reproductive behavior, and when the breeding season arrives, the pair carefully selects a hollow in a tree, which they decorate with leaves, grass, and feathers. The female then seals herself inside the hollow with a mixture of mud, feces, and regurgitated food, leaving only a small opening through which the male will feed her over the following months. During this period, the female lays and incubates the eggs and cares for the young until they are ready to leave the nest. This method of nesting is a strategy that serves as protection against predators and is certainly quite unusual compared to most other birds, isn't it? Bald eagle. Popularly known for being a symbol of the United States, bald eagles are large birds that build large nests. The pair of bald eagles choose the place to build their nest together and usually build it in high places, such as mountains or tall trees, using sticks and branches for the outside and leaves and other soft materials for the inside. An interesting fact about these animals' nests is that due to their enormous size, they are very heavy. To give you an idea, the largest bald eagle nest studied to date weighed around 2 tons. It takes a lot of patience to pull that much branch, doesn't it? Satin bowerbird. Like the VOGELKOP bowerbird, the satin bowerbird is a bird known for its unique mating habits and for building complex structures to win over females. The males are responsible for building these fantastic structures, which are meticulously decorated with brightly colored objects, mainly blue, to try to attract and seduce the females. These objects can include natural items, such as fruit and flowers, and even artificial items, such as lids, pins, or any other brightly colored item they find. The choice of nest site is also very important and is made with great care by the male, who looks for a place that can be easily defended and is attractive to the females. Least grebe. Known for its ability to dive quickly in search of food, the least grebe is a fascinating aquatic bird which, during the breeding season, builds a rather peculiar structure, a floating nest. This nest is voluminous, and curiously, only part of it emerges above the surface of the water, while the rest remains submerged. Each nest houses small elongated eggs, which go through an incubation period of approximately 21 days, and during this time, the parents take turns incubating, ensuring that the eggs are kept at an ideal temperature and protected from predators. MALLEEFOWL. The malleefowl is a species of bird endemic to Australia that is about the size of a domestic chicken and is famous for building a very different nest. In winter, this bird selects a site and starts digging a hole in the sandy soil, using its feet to throw back the earth. After this, the malleefowl collects organic material such as leaves, twigs, and bark, and with this material, builds a mound that will serve as its nest. The composition of this mound varies, and can be almost entirely organic material or mixed with earth and sand, and generally after the rains, this bird works to turn and mix this material, promoting its decomposition, which is essential for the incubation of the eggs. Masked weaver. The masked weaver is another fascinating and skillful bird, responsible for building complex and very beautiful nests. Similar to most of the other cases we've seen here on the list, the males are responsible for building the nests, which are skillfully woven from plant fibers, usually grass or palm leaves. These nests have a spherical or oval shape, with a tubular entrance that hangs downwards, which helps protect the eggs and chicks from predators and adverse weather conditions. The construction of this nest is a display of skill to attract females, and a well-built nest is seen by females as a sign of a healthy and capable male, increasing their chances of reproduction. Hummingbird. With more than 300 species spread around the world, hummingbirds are well-known birds that can be called true masters of natural engineering. Hummingbirds hold the title of being the smallest birds in the world, and so consequently their nests also become the smallest nests in the world. They build a functional and rather delicate structure, usually using light and resistant materials such as moss, feathers, and cobwebs. The shape of these nests can vary depending on the species, but most of the time they resemble a small bowl or an inverted cone. Common thornbird. The common thornbird is another bird known for its ability to build impressive nests. These nests are made of twigs and other plant materials, which can be found in a variety of habitats, and the construction of the nest is a shared task between the pair, who act in partnership to create a secure and durable dwelling that will be used throughout the year, not only for breeding, but also as shelter from predators and adverse weather conditions. These nests are usually built in isolated trees, at the tips of flexible branches, which bend under the weight of the structure, and this is a very important feature as it offers additional protection, as it makes it difficult for predators to gain access. African jacana. Another bird that builds its nest in water. The African jacana. This species inhabits aquatic environments such as ponds, marshes, and riverbanks, preferring places with abundant aquatic vegetation, and the African jacana's nests are floating structures built using aquatic vegetation. These nests are carefully positioned among the vegetation to provide protection and stability for the eggs, and each nest houses 3 to 5 eggs, which are incubated for a period of 24 to 26 days. After hatching, African jacana babies quickly acquire the ability to swim and dive, but still remain under the care of their parents for around 2 months, often hiding under the wings of adults when they feel threatened and thus generating the appearance that the bird has many legs. Montezuma OROPENDOLA. The Montezuma OROPENDOLA is a bird well known for its bag-shaped hanging nests. These nests are built from plant fibers and are a true marvel of natural engineering. The males of the species are responsible for building these nests, and as in other cases we've seen so far, these nests are produced as a seduction strategy to attract females. The complex architecture of these nests serves as a sign of attraction, indicating the male's ability to provide a safe haven for the female to lay her eggs, and the construction process is quite laborious and can take several days before the nest is complete. Rufous HORNERO. We've already talked about birds that build very beautiful nests and others that build very large nests. And now we're going to talk about a bird that stands out for building a very sturdy nest, the Rufous HORNERO. This bird, which can be found in various regions of South America, is famous for building sturdy, well-structured nests using mud. The structure of the nest consists of a solid base and thick walls, made using a mixture of mud with plant fibers, grass, bristles, and other additional materials that help to make the nest more resistant. This fantastic nest can take several weeks to complete, and during this time, the couple work tirelessly, carrying small amounts of mud and shaping them with their beaks and feet. The result is a durable and very resistant nest, which can withstand even harsh climates such as rain and strong winds, and still remain intact. Edible nest SWIFTLET. Now let's talk about bird nests that can be eaten by humans. That's right, you didn't hear wrong. We're talking about the nests made by the edible nest swiftlet. This species is notable for its unique nests, made exclusively of solidified saliva, which are harvested and highly valued in various cultures, especially in Chinese cuisine, where they are used to make bird's nest soup, considered a gastronomic delicacy. These nests have a pale white color and are produced in large quantities by these birds, mainly in caves and crevices, where they often form massive colonies together with other species. Cape Pendulin tit. And finally, we're going to talk about the Cape Pendulin tit, a species of African bird that has a very interesting strategy for building its nest, the main purpose of which is to protect its eggs and chicks. These wise animals build a globular nest made of spider webs and silk fibers from various plants, and this nest has 2 strategic openings. In this way, the nests of these birds have a real opening, hidden for the entrance of the parent birds, and another false opening that looks like the real opening, but actually leads snakes and other predators into a blind chamber. But what do you think? What was the most surprising and fantastic nest on this list? Let us know in the comments which one impressed you the most, and if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next videos we'll be bringing here. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.